Yummy. Yeah. Hello there. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mackenzie. Thank you so much for being here. So this video is part 2 of all of the books that I am not going to get to in 2020 or my remaining TBR. If you want to go see the first part of this video, I'll leave the link up there in the cards, and then you can come back here and we can get started on this video. Otherwise, let's get going. So there's a few different kind of piles that I'm going to go through. We have romance and then we have series. So I have a full stack of books that are a first in a series. I have books that are parts of a series that I've already started. I have entire series that I haven't read yet that I have all of the books of, and I have books that are in the middle of a series. So let's start with that one because it's kind of a weird thing that happened here. So this book is called The Mapping of Love and Death by Jacqueline Winspeer. Look at how cool that cover is. Okay, that's why I got this book. So this book was at Barnes & Noble. It was like $5 because of how cool the cover was, and it was like an exclusive, like they had other companions, but they were all from different authors, so that led me to believe that it was a solo book. Not the case. Not the case when I looked up this book. Apparently Jacqueline Winspeer wrote kind of like a mystery detective novel, the series, kind of like Hercule Poirot, but different. So it's a female detective and she like spans time and does detective things, and this is like dead smack in the middle of the series. And the author said that you should read it from like time period to time period, right? So I was like, great. I have this book that the author doesn't even recommend me to read yet. So middle of this series. Delightful. Okay, and now I have 2 full series that I have completely, but I haven't read all of it yet. So I have The Giver Quartet by Lowry. So I obviously read this, I read The Giver in school and I loved it. So I wanted the whole set, and it has really pretty painted edges, but I've had this book for so long it's just a little bit damaged in places. But it's the entire quartet. I just haven't read it. I think I started the second book. Yeah, I have a little tabby in here. It even comes with like a ribbon. How pretty. So I got to the second book and just stopped and never started again. The next complete series I have is the Robot series by Isaac Asimov. So this series also interlaces within a few of his other series, like the Foundation series, but I have the entirety of the Robot series, and should I want to just read one of the series, this could be a complete series. So I have them, and they're really beautiful covers. I actually did a whole unboxing of these books. I'll leave the link up in the cards for you. But they're really beautiful. I really want to read them. I'm really into sci-fi these days. I just wanted to have time to read all of them without getting distracted by anything else or any other books. Okay, so these next section is books in a series that I've already started. It'll make sense. Okay, so these 2 are from the Night Vale, or the Welcome to Night Vale series. So Welcome to Night Vale is a podcast, started as a podcast, then they released these books. I believe there's a total of 4 volumes? Yeah, so there's 4 volumes, and what these ones are the podcast scripts, basically. So there's 4 volumes of the podcast scripts, and then there are 3 original novels. The Faceless Old Woman Who Secretly Lives in Your Home, It Devours, and Welcome to Night Vale, the novel. So they're technically within a series or within the same world or same realm. So part of a series I just haven't gotten to yet. And mainly I haven't gotten to these ones yet because I've listened to the podcast. I've at least listened to the beginning of the podcast. So I'm pretty sure all of the stories in volume 1 and 2 I've already heard. So that's why I'm just a little bit reluctant to get started on them right away. The next ones are book 1 and 2 of the Witcher series, Blood of Elves and the Time of Contempt. So I read the first 2 short stories books, Sword of Destiny and The Last Wish, already, and I love them. I really do. I have no problem with anything else. My main issue happened in Sword of Destiny, because there was a story in which Yennefer was very mean to Geralt, and I just couldn't. She was so mean, and I love Geralt, and it really just kind of broke my heart, so I just really didn't want to read anymore. I didn't want Yennefer to be mean to him anymore, so I had to put it down. But I do love the books. I love the TV show series. I know it's coming back, so I do want to... Ooh, this is even... big print as well, so I want to get into it. I'm at the actual beginning of this series where things actually start kicking off and we get to involve Ciri more, so I'm very, very excited. This is probably going to happen soon. I also just want the rest of the series as well. I'm not sure if it's even finished, so that's also a thing about me. When I start a series, I want it to be finished or close to finished, so I know I'll get the ending soon. Ladies and germs. Okay, so the one that is in the middle of the series, right? My complete series. The books that are in the middle of the series, okay? Ladies and germs, you're not even ready for this stack. You're not ready, because I wasn't ready. When I realized that this entire stack was all books that are first in a series that I don't have the rest of the series for, wow. Just wow. I didn't realize that I do that. I also didn't realize that most fantasy or, yeah, pretty much all of these are fantasy or sci-fi or something like that. And all of them basically are a series. What does that say about the genre? I'm a little worried. Let's get into this pile, shall we? Emperor of the Eight Islands by Hearn. This is the tale of Shikanoko, Book 1. I picked this book up because it looked super interesting. I don't know if you can see on the cover, he has like a skull and then like a gold bow and arrow. It's so beautiful. It's also a fairly short book. Let me see. It's only 245 pages. It is about, let's see, threads of an intricate tapestry in which the laws of destiny play out against a backdrop of wild forest, elegant court, and savage battle. Set in a mythical medieval Japan, which really drew me in. I love, love, love Japanese culture, Japanese myth. Love it. So that's why I picked it up. However, I don't even think I ever tried to read it. I just bought it. Ooh, sweet little map in the beginning. Ooh, we have people of the book too. This will help though, okay? There's no pronunciation though, which is it's gonna hurt me. These names need pronunciation and they don't have them. It's gonna hurt me a little bit, but it'll be okay. The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Okay. So there was a time in my life where I bought a lot of mass market paperbacks, and I don't know why, because I never read them and I don't like them because you have to crack the spine in order to like see inside, and they're so tiny. I really don't like them. But I have this mass market paperback of this adult fantasy novel, and it sounds interesting. The only reason I actually haven't started it, aside from the fact that it's a mass market paperback and the size sucks, is because the final book isn't out, and we're not sure if we're getting it. So I haven't even attempted it, and I don't even know if I will like reading it in this small section, like I read The Interview with a Vampire mass market paperback only because it's so short, right? But this is much longer than that. I'm going to have to spend a lot more time with it. And if the third book's not even out, is it worth it? Half Bad by Sally Green. This one is something I bought a very long time ago. 16-year-old Nathan lives in a cage where two warring factions of witches live amongst humans. Okay, so Nathan's father is like an evil witch, and so that's why he's caged. Ooh! We love a naked book. Look at that. Ooh, okay, girlfriend. That's pretty nice. Okay, so that's why he's kept in a cage. They think he's bad or evil or something, and that's why I picked it up. I thought that was interesting. However, I don't even think I attempted to read it. I just haven't. I do that with a lot of books. The same, actually, for this book, Zodiac by Romina Russell. This one is like a sci-fi kind of novel in a galaxy where your sign determines which planet you call home. Ro, the young guardian of Cancer, must find a way to unite the divided houses of the Zodiac before an ancient evil destroys them all. That sounds absolutely fascinating. I haven't even attempted to pick this up, but it's beautiful. Look at how beautiful it is. Ooh, girl. Okay, The Demon King by Cinda Williams Shima. It's a Seven Realms novel. It looks like I've attempted to read it. I don't know when. A lot of these books I got in high school when I was in that kind of reading mood, but I never picked up any of them. Okay. Dune by Frank Herbert. When I found out that the motion picture, how old am I? When I found out that the movie for this was delayed, I was like, awesome. Maybe I can read the book first and then the movie, you know? Because when the movie was announced, I was like, cool, I'll watch the movie, and if it's good, I'll read the book. And then they announced the delay, and I was like, fate has spoken, it's time to read the book. However, I know it's very dense, so it kind of intimidates me. But it's a really pretty book. It's really yummy. Yeah. Really pretty book. Really lovely pages. Really like that. Hopefully we'll like it. A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I picked this book up before I realized the hype around V.E. Schwab, or I guess the cult's classicness of this book. I just thought it sounded kind of interesting. But anytime I went to pick it up again, and I was like, Grey London and Red London and Black London, but we don't talk about Black London, and it kind of just sounded very like the more I thought about it, the less I was intrigued. But everyone who talks about it likes it, so I really just wanted to get into it. However, it is a trilogy. I don't have the rest of these books, but Deborah Harkness said it was treasure. This book is a treasure. I'm actually reading Deborah Harkness's All Souls trilogy right now. First book was great. Second book was Third book is right there. Scythe by Neil Shusterman. So I picked this one up because I thought it was something I hadn't seen before, where humans don't die of anything, so it's the scythes that come and kill them. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm trying not to know too much about it because I want to just really enjoy it. However, it always does stop me a little bit because it seems YA-ish, and I know I shouldn't put that, boundary up in my head, but I totally do. Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Look at how beautiful that map is! Oh my goodness. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so I don't really know too much about this one. They killed my mother. They took our magic. They tried to bury us. Now we rise. Yes, Queen. Yes. Okay, it's beautiful. It's magical. We have representation. I love it. Main things that I wanted in this book, and it's all right there. I just need to read it and love it. Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. This is her first adult novel, adult sci-fi. I'm not entirely sure. It looked very interesting. I wanted to hop on the Sarah J. Maas train, so I decided why not start especially with one of the newer books that were coming out so I could be with the whole fandom. However, then I decided to go back to A Court of Thorns and Roses, and that's what I'm doing now instead of this, because A Court of Thorns and Roses is over, and this just started. So, but we have it, and we have it in hardcover. What does this one look like? Ooh. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. Okay, very nice. Wicked by Gregory Maguire. This one I got at a thrift store. So it's definitely not the cover I would have originally wanted, especially realizing It was part of a series. I didn't know it was part of a series when I got it because I just saw the Wicked play and I was like, ooh, the book, that sounds cool. And it has pictures from the play in it. And that's really cute and sweet. That's really cute and sweet. But then I realized it was a series, realized I don't have the rest, and I was like, oh, do I want to read it? Or do I want the other books? And the last book that is a first in the series was one that I actually didn't know. I was planning on reading it recently, actually, because I thought it was a standalone. It's not, because right on the back it says Book 1 of the Dark Star Trilogy. So that tells you how much I'm paying attention to things. Neil Gaiman says it was as well realized as anything Tolkien made. Black Leopard, Red Wolf by Marlon James. This book actually I picked up purposefully for representation. I don't really read a lot of books by black male authors, so I wanted to pick up something like that, especially something kind of fantasy. Because Tracker is known for his skills as a hunter. He has a nose, hired to find a mysterious boy who disappeared, and that's basically all I want to read, the first sentence and a half on the back. So, gripping, action-packed, the literary equivalent of a Marvel comic universe. Ooh, I didn't see that before. That's awesome. And look at how pretty the cover is. And even the back, it has the snake. And Marlon James just looks so cool. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can hold this up again. 15 series here that I haven't even started that I'm like, yeah, let's just pick up the first and see if I'll like it. Like, Mackenzie, do you know yourself at all? Gosh. Books are falling. The last stack that I want to go over is my romance stack. So these ones I grouped in this video because they kind of have, series within them. Like a few of them do, right? Okay. I'll start with those ones so you know what I mean. I have Get a Life, Chloe Brown. So we know that she also has a sister, Dani Brown, and then another younger sister that book is coming out afterwards. So they're all kind of in a series, right? But I have this one, I just need the other ones. I also have Undercover Bromance by Lysa K. Adams. So this one is part of the Bromance Book Club series. I have this one, which I believe is the second in the series. So go me. I think I have the full of the Helen Huang series, The Bride Test and the Kiss Quotient. Perfect. You know I'm doing this for a reason, right? You know I have all these romances together for a reason, right? Okay, just checking. Just checking. If I Stay by Gail Foreman. My mom actually got this for me a long time ago, and I never read it because right after she got it for me, I broke up with my long-term boyfriend, and I was like, I really don't need a love story right now. So I've never read it, but I'd like to read it. It seems cute. One Day by David Nichols. My mom bought this book, didn't read it, watched the movie, loved the movie. I loved the movie also, and I'd like to read the book because it seemed like something that was more tear at your heartstrings when you read it, you know? Because it's just so much pining. Love it. And the last one I have is What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. This one is also going to be getting a sequel, I believe, coming out in 2021, and I think it's called It Is Us, or something like that. I'll put it up. It Is Us. I think that's what it's called. And this one is, oh gosh, it's a gay romance, and I love male-male romances. That's something that I just don't get enough of. So we have sapphic romance somewhere, and we have male-male romance somewhere. Super beautiful. All the romances that I have left to read. You guys, that's so many books. Do you know? Do you even know? Let's put them in a stack. I can't hold all of them. You know I won't be able to hold all of them, right? I'm going to attempt to hold things, and who knows how well it's gonna go. Who knows? I like to gather the books to say goodbye. Sue me. Okay. Oh my gosh. There's so many. So that's all for this video. I hope you had a good time. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!